Welcome and study with Tanzania Institute of Education.
Form 2 student, welcome to our geography class.
How are you, Form 2 student? I hope you are doing well. Now, prepare your exercise book and pen. Today's lesson is about water management for economic development, and we shall be discussing about the economic use of water. I hope you know what water is. Water is a colorless liquid found naturally on the land surface, atmosphere, and underground reservoirs. Water is a naturally occurring substance found on Earth's surface, in the atmosphere, and underground. Water exists in liquid, solid, or vapor form. It plays a crucial role in the existence of human beings, animals, and plants. And there are several sources of water, such as rainfall, wells, springs, ponds, rivers, lakes, seas, and ocean, making it freely available. Water covers 71% in Earth's surface, and it exists in different forms through hydrological cycle. Alright, I hope now you get a clear concept about water. But before we proceed, let us listen to the story of what happened in Maarifa village.
Many years ago in Maarifa village, the preservation and usage of water was made very strong. And at the time, the village were blessed with so many natural resources, such as plants, rivers, and even big forests. The villagers used the environment in different domestic and economic activities, including farming, fishing, industry activities, transportation, and even animal keeping. Villagers kept working hard in preservation and safekeeping of water sources in their surroundings. The village was very green, that gives a very natural good air for both plants and animals. And this huge forest brought a heavy rain that helped them to gather water for different social and economic activities. Until when the time comes where things changed and went wrong. This was the time where people in the village started to cut down trees, destroy water sources, conduct illegal fishing in water sources like rivers, lake, ocean, and so many that lead them to the destruction of environment and water sources. As time goes on, this get harder and living things and plants. As time goes on, this get harder and living things and plants' lives started to shut down. Economic activities such as agriculture, tourism, transportation activities through water also died. This made the lives of people village to completely change, and their standard of living totally dropped due to the fact that some people in the village who destroyed the village were not aware about the uses and economic importance of water. Also, using of natural resources sustainably to raise the standard of living and water management for economic development. Since there was no more rain, rivers and lakes were dry, no more water. For irrigation and navigation activities, things went wrong and got worse. More than worse. And because they were not able to understand the cause of all these problems, then the villagers kept struggling without getting solutions toward their problems. And all this was because they didn't know the importance of water in domestic and economic activities.
Now, this is what happened in Maarifa village. Student, let us continue with our lesson. Water management involves the whole process of its effective supply, utilization, and conservation of water source to support life. And managing water resources is more or less similar around the world. In water management, the process of planning, developing, distributing, and using water resource is what we call a water management. In different countries, mostly managed through a global approach known as Integrated Water Resource Management, IWRM. IWRM is a process that promotes coordinated efforts among stakeholders. Student, the aim of this process is to develop and manage water and its resources in order to maximize economic and social welfare with less effect to the environment. That being the case, water resource management maintains a balance between social and economic needs and the availability of water resources to support development activities. Competition on water use in the world has made difficult the decision on water allocation. Therefore, the increase in the uses of water calls for its careful management in order to benefit the people. In fact, water as a means of transport is likely to reduce the transport cost compared to other means of transport and hence contribute meaningfully to economic growth. Not only that, but also water is the habitat for aquatic organisms such as fish, which are useful to human beings. Usually, water bodies such as oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, dams, and ponds attract fishing and related activities. Now, let us discuss about the economic importance of water management. Water is a source of life for almost all living organisms, including animals and plants. Numerous economic activities are conducted in water, while others use water as part of raw material. Human beings are primary users of water and integrate it in their economic activities in various ways. Their ability to plan and conduct economic activities is basically supported by water. Water is used as an important ingredient in sustaining life, especially for cooking, drinking, and maintaining cleanliness and other developmental activities. It is also used in the manufacturing industry, hydroelectric power generation, and navigation, as well as domestic activities and trade. Moreover, water is used in various processing and manufacturing industries for the production of food and beverages. It is important. Generally, water is essential for economic development. In mixing ingredients, for example, the ingredients that are added to raw materials during food and beverage processing and production need water. For example, water is a component of most beverages such as soft drinks, milk, coffee, and tea. These beverages contribute to the economy of many countries in industrial uses like cooling and washing. Water is also very important for irrigation purposes. Many countries around the world do not depend completely on rainfall for agriculture due to its uneven distribution, so they depend mostly on water for their agricultural activities. To ensure that agricultural activities are carried out largely for commercial purposes, irrigation has proven to be the best option. For example, in Tanzania, there are irrigation schemes. These schemes include rice plantation in Mbarali and Kapunga rice farms found in Mbeya region. But also, there are other plantations of sugarcane in Kilombero and Mtibwa in Morogoro region. Another sugarcane plantation is found in Kagera region. Other countries which use water for irrigation on a large scale in the continent of Africa include Sudan and Egypt. The irrigated plantations produce high output which contribute to economic development through sale in local markets and for exportation. Water is also a source of electrical power. Modern economies depend much on the supply of electricity from water. One of the sources of electric power is water that is used to produce what we commonly call hydroelectric power, HEP. Hydroelectric power is one of the cheapest and environmentally friendly sources of power. This power is used in industries to run machines, transport goods, and provide services as well as in communication systems. Moreover, power contributes to the establishment of small and large-scale economic activities, which eventually contribute to the economic growth of a given country. Furthermore, water is used in the navigation sector in various ways. Human beings navigate different vessels such as canoes, boats, ferries, and ships to move people and goods from one place to another. Transportation of heavy machines for factories and industries, vehicles, timber, and logs is made possible on water. In Tanzania, water transport on lakes and oceans facilitates the importation and exportation of various goods. Fishing, on the other side, provides human beings with food and income through local selling and exportation of fishing products. In addition, water is used for trading, which support local communities to earn income and the government to get the needed revenue. Other uses of water which contribute to economic growth and prosperity are tourism and sports. Some water sceneries attract local and foreign tourists, which helps to earn income for the host countries. Water-based sports such as skiing, surfing, canoeing, and diving are also sources of income. Well done, student. My student, now I will give 2 questions that you will have to give answers. Alright, sit properly, take your exercise book and a pen. Ready? Okay. Good. Listen carefully and write these questions. I will repeat 3 times each question. Question number 1. In short, point out the economic importance of water. In short, point out the economic importance of water. In short, point out the economic importance of water. Question number 2. Why should we manage water? Why should we manage water? Why should we manage water? Form 2 student. Now, follow my lead and check your answers. Starting with question number 1, which says, in short, point out the economic importance of water. The answer is economic importance of water includes the following: fishing, touristic activities, used in processing and manufacturing industries. It is also used in transportation, It is source of electrical power. It is used in domestic usage. It is used as habitat for aquatic organisms and irrigation purposes. I hope you get it right. Good. Very good. Now, let us check question number 2. Question number 2 asked, why should we manage water? The answer for this question is, there is a need to manage water in order to maximize economic and social welfare with less effect to the environment. Thank you, my student. Until next lesson, bye.
Study, be educated, elimu ni kazi. Elimu ni kazi. Learn, let's study, be educated, elimu ni kazi. Elimu ni kazi. Learn, let's study, be educated. Study, be educated, elimu ni kazi. Elimu ni kazi. Learn, let's study, be educated, elimu ni kazi. Elimu ni kazi. Learn, let's study.